Start with one change. One. That you can do right now, today, right after this video ends. Coach Greg, and today we're going over foods that are secretly making you fat. You may be thinking that the reason why you're overweight or obese is because you're dramatically overeating calories. It is simply not the case. Truth be told, even a 50 or 100 calorie surplus per day will result in someone being overweight or obese before you know it. A 100 calorie daily surplus over the course of a year will result in you gaining over 10 pounds of body fat. Compounded over 5 to 10 years, that would result in you being 50 to 100 pounds overweight. And so small tweaks, small changes can have the opposite effect. By just changing one of the 10 things listed here, you could do the opposite. Over the course of 5 or 10 years, you could lose 50 to 100 pounds. Just by making one small, minor adjustment in the way you eat, you could be losing 10 pounds in a year without even realizing it. And so rather than going on some crash diet that's just not sustainable, why not make minor tweaks to your diet that you will barely even notice that will put you well on your way to losing weight? Number 1, eggnog. Eggnog. They're tricking you. Every time I have eggnog, people are saying, it's not that bad, there's not that many calories. They'll read it out to me. It's only 180 calories. That's not that much. And I'm like, did you look at the serving size? Per half a cup. When you look at milk, whole milk, skim milk, and so on, it's per cup. So by putting a half a cup, they're misleading you into having an unfair comparison. You're comparing a half a cup of eggnog at 180 calories to what's typically a full cup. So if it's 180 calories in a half a cup, that means there's 360 calories per cup. And so rather than having full fat eggnog, have light eggnog, 90 calories per cup. And so a typical serving of eggnog, 1 cup, which really isn't that much, you will be saving 180 calories by switching to light eggnog. Compounded over the course of a year, 365 days, that one change alone, that will account for nearly 20 pounds of body fat. 20 pounds of body fat from drinking light eggnog versus regular over the course of a year. And in case you're wondering, you don't think that these companies know what they're doing? They specifically put a half a cup so that they trick you into thinking there's fewer calories than there actually are. If they put per cup and you see 360, you might be thinking, what? 360? I'm not drinking that. But when you look and you see 180, oh, that ain't bad. That's not so bad. I'm going to drink this. And so manufacturers, companies, they know what they're doing. They know how to present the information in such a way that you're misleaded into thinking that it's got lower calories or that it's healthier than it really is. And so in case you're wondering, obviously I have the light one. There's no way I would let the regular eggnog be in the house. And just because it says light doesn't mean it's only got 90 calories. There are light versions that are lower calories than others, so please check the label. If it says a half a cup, to do a fair comparison, like apples to apples, multiply by 2 to convert it to a cup to know how many calories you're actually going to consume. Number 2, salads. And you're thinking, no way, that's not making me fat. Salads are how you lose weight. Yeah, for the most part, but the problem is the dressing that is put into the salads. You go to a restaurant, order a salad thinking you're saving on calories, and little did you know they have 300 calories of salad dressing mixed into your salad. Salad is very low in calories, but if you add dressing, croutons, bacon bits, and so on, the calories add up real quick. So rather than having your salads with the dressing inside, always, and I do mean always, order the dressing on the side. You will notice that you don't need that much dressing. If you cut the dressing in half, you save 150 calories. Compounded over the course of a year, that would lead to a weight loss of 15 pounds of body fat. 15 pounds from just switching from having the dressing mixed into the salad to having the dressing on the side. I never eat a salad with the dressing mixed into it. I always have dressing on the side, and I put a little bit. Not saying you can't have salad dressing, not saying you have to cut out all fat, but if you have dressing on the side, you're going to have more than enough, and it can in fact help you to lose 15 pounds in 1 year. Number 3, cheese. But cheese is healthy, it's dairy, it's keto. We should all be eating cheese. The problem is 100 grams of cheese has over 400 calories. 100 grams, that is not a lot. 400 calories. In comparison, light cheese, 250 calories, fat-free, 180. So by switching from full-fat cheese to light or fat-free, you can save over 200 calories. In comparison, light cheese, 220 calories, fat-free, only 150, while still offering the protein that you need. In switching from full-fat to fat-free cheese, you can lose 25 pounds of fat in 1 year by making that one small change. And yeah, I get it, doesn't taste quite as good, but nothing tastes as good as being skinny feels. You know that saying, I think Kate Moss said it, somebody said it, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Well, I don't actually agree with that saying, but I can tell you this. I'd rather be able to taste something and be alive than dead because I'm morbidly obese. Does that make sense? I'd rather be on this earth and be alive and taste foods that are almost as good than be dead because I chose to just eat anything and not care. It's not just about looking a certain way, about being aesthetic. It's about being healthy. And if you're overweight, obese, morbidly obese, studies have in fact shown that you're more likely to die an earlier death. And so next time you have a cheeseburger, think, do I really need the extra cheese? Do I really want the extra cheese? And if so, why not choose the lighter version? Went to IHOP with Allie yesterday. She got the omelet. There was so much cheese that even Allie said, why is there all this cheese? She didn't want to eat it. She left half the omelet there. Right, babe?
Right.
So much cheese, so many calories. She's aware of that. Why would I eat all of this extra calories when I don't need to? It's not adding that much to it. So when given the choice, please choose to use light or fat-free cheese. And speaking of cheese that we put in omelets, omelets themselves. That's right, omelets. You're thinking, well, omelets are healthy. Well, the problem is, if you're having an omelet with whole eggs, there's far more calories than you probably think there are. If you have 4 whole eggs in an omelet, that means you're having 300 calories worth of eggs. Each whole egg has approximately 75 calories. In comparison, the egg white, 16 calories. I'm not telling you to cut out all the whole eggs. I know you're ready to say, oh, I don't like this guy, he doesn't want us to eat whole eggs. Never said that. But consider this, if you go from having 4 whole eggs to 2 whole eggs and 2 egg whites, you're saving 120 calories. Or you could have 3, 4, 5, 6 egg whites and the whole eggs. You will save on calories. And so by making the swap and using only half as many whole eggs, using 2 instead of 4, in the course of a year, you're losing 10 pounds of fat. Small changes, tiny changes, maybe perhaps insignificant, will result in weight loss over the course of the year. Rather than thinking, I need to lose all this weight now, spread the weight loss out. Small, sustainable changes that you can make over the course of the year will have a lasting impact on your health. Number 5, cooking oil. All of the oils that you're using to cook your foods, whether you're cooking pancakes, omelets, French toast, you name it, if you're using oil, those calories quickly add up. Just 1 tablespoon, 130 calories. And if you're cooking multiple meals a day, it could easily add up to 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons you might even be using in 1 meal. That's 390 calories that you don't need. Compounded over the course of a year, not gonna believe this, 40 pounds of fat. Quite literally, most kinds use 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil every time they cook. 3, sometimes 4 meals in a day. They're doing stir fries for their vegetables. And it's not that I'm vilifying fat, it's just that fat has 9 calories per gram. In comparison, carbs and protein, 4 calories per gram. Even alcohol, as bad as it is, only 7 calories per gram. So it's not my fault, I don't make the rules, I never invented the laws of thermodynamics. But if you're consuming too many calories, you are going to gain weight. So please consider using cooking spray. You don't need all that oil when preparing your French toast, your omelets, and so on. Number 6, juice. I know you don't like hearing this. Juice, it has to be healthy. It's coming from fruits. Orange juice, apple juice. How can you go wrong? It's fruit. Yeah, they take that healthy fruit and they squeeze the shit out of it and give you all the sugar from it. And you think it's healthy because there's vitamin C in it. Rather than drinking that juice, eat the frickin' apple or the orange. Why are you taking out all the fiber? Why are you avoiding eating all the good stuff and squeezing out the sugar and consuming that? A nice tall glass of orange juice, 2 cups, that's 230 calories. In comparison, if you have the apple or orange, it's going to be 100 or less. You know that's going to add up to over 10 pounds of fat in a year. That tall glass of juice contains less fiber, you can consume it faster, it's less satiating, and so why are you having it? Because it tastes good. Of course it is. Of course it tastes amazing. But you slam it back, extra calories, and trust me, you do that over the course of the year, you're gonna gain weight. Instead, consume the whole fruit that takes longer to eat, has more fiber, more satiating, and more healthy. And if you can't cut out juice, just limit it to 1 cup a day. There's no need to go overboard. You can still have your juice, everything in moderation. Just don't have 2 cups, have 1 cup, which is not that much. Number 7, this one, it really pisses me off. Coffee creamer, blends half and half, all those things you add to your coffee. It drives me insane because you look at the serving size and guess how much it is. 15 mLs. 1 tablespoon. How are they even allowed to get away with that? I have so many clients that have coffee and cream and they're like, it's not that many calories. International Delight, it's only 35 calories. I'm like, do you realize that's a tablespoon? How many of you are using 1 tablespoon? I measured how many I use. I use 4 on a good day. 6 sometimes. That is a shit ton of calories, and so I advise you to compare apples to apples. There are 16 tablespoons in a cup. 35 times 16 is 560 calories in International Delight. That is way more calories than freaking Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's. You may as well put Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's in your coffee and consume that and add in a bunch of sugar and peanut butter. It would have less calories. But oh, it's only got 35 calories. Yeah, if you have next to nothing, be like saying ice cream, it's only got 50 calories per spoon. How many of you eating 1 freaking spoonful? No one. And you look at the label, 1.5 grams of fat and 5 grams of sugar. Well, that ain't that much. Per cup, that's 27 grams of fat, 90 grams of sugar. That's what it really has. So if they actually put per cup and you compared it to milk, would you still make the same choice? Probably not. Hopefully not. At least I would think if you're smart enough to read a label, you'd be like, well, I'm not drinking that. That is horrible for me. And it's not just International Life, it's half and half or blend. You're reading it says 10% fat. The milk blend, a creamer, 10% fat. You're thinking, 10%? That's hardly anything. 10%. That's not bad. It's 10% by weight. Most of the weight of milk or creamers is water. So when it says 10% fat, it's 10% by weight. The actual percent calories from fat is close to 70%. It's mostly fat. Way more fattening than Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So it's not actually 10% fat. It's actually 70% when you factor in that most of it is water. So they're tricking you yet again. So the next time you see blend 10% fat, think, that's a shit ton. 10% is a lot. So if we want to compare apples to apples, skim milk, notice it says per cup about 90 calories. That's about 5 calories per tablespoon. So if we want to do a fair comparison, well, skim milk only has about 5 calories. 5. So when you see something has 15 or 20 calories per tablespoon, that's 3 or 4 times more calories than skim milk. So next time you reach for that creamer, do yourself a favor. Don't choose low-fat creamers. Perhaps Walden Farms. Choose something else. Choose skim 2%. And I shouldn't have to tell you, if you're drinking multiple coffees a day with cream and sugar, this is having a dramatic impact on you gaining weight. In fact, someone just wrote me the other day, said, all I changed was not having creamer in my milk, and I've lost 36 pounds in 3 months. The only change they made is instead of having 3 or 4 coffees a day with cream and sugar, they had it without. That one change, 36 pounds in 3 months. One change, 36 pounds. What are you waiting for? Number 8, pancake syrup. Went to IHOP. Of course I wanted light syrup. They don't have it. So they give you the regular stuff, perhaps on average 50 calories per tablespoon. You're thinking, well, that ain't much. No one consumes 1 tablespoon of syrup. I'm eating with my friends, I'm watching them. Everyone seems to be consuming 4 tablespoons or more. And so if you're having pancakes every breakfast with regular syrup, 200 extra calories a day, in comparison, Miss Buttersworth, 20 calories, that is a 180 calorie serving. So in comparison, Miss Buttersworth, the same amount for only 20 calories, saving you 180 calories per day. Over the course of the year, that is almost 20 pounds of fat. Probably could lose all the weight you have to lose in a year just from changing these small, insignificant changes. Number 9, pop. If you're seriously watching this and drinking regular pop, what is wrong with you? Don't complain about your weight if you're drinking pop. If you have the audacity to drink regular pop and complain about your weight and say, I've tried everything, I can't lose weight, then cookbook you. It makes me so freaking mad when people say they can't lose weight and they don't do the most simple, easy things that they could do to lose weight. Drinking pop, 150 calories in a can. 2 cans a day, 300 calories. If you stop drinking 2 cans of Coke a day, 31 pounds of fat a year. Oh, I've tried everything. I can't lose the weight. Hormones. Are you friggin' serious? How dare you? How dare you take advantage of your body like that? How dare you do that to yourself? Your body's a temple and you're drinking regular pop. Oh, I can't switch to diet pop because that'll give me cancer. That'll make me store more fat because insulin. Gut microbiome. Do you listen to yourself? Do you ever think about how stupid that is? What is wrong with people? Hey, if you don't care about your health and you're drinking regular pop and you're like, yeah, I don't care, well, that's your choice. You can do that. But if you complain about it, if you're saying, I can't lose weight and you drink regular freaking pop, how dare you? How dare you say that? There is no excuse for drinking regular pop if your goal is to lose weight. If you want to drink diet pop, no problem. Studies actually show people who drink diet pop, they on average lose weight, feel more satiated, and they're able to lose the weight and keep it off better than those who don't. So there's nothing wrong with drinking diet pop. Hey, if you don't want to drink diet pop because of the aspartame and all these things, hey, that's okay, that's cool. But don't be drinking regular pop and saying you can't lose weight. Do not do that. And number 10, I can't make a video without calling this food out. Peanut butter. How many of you are eating peanut butter? Most people. And for some reason, it's mostly women. Everyone who hires me, I say, what do you like to eat? What is it? Most women is peanut butter. There's some kind of a hormonal thing going on. Women, they seem to love peanut butter. 4 tablespoons has 400 calories. That's about a quarter of the calories that most women need in a day. 400 calories. In comparison, my peanut butter recipe, 100 calories, tastes just as good. You would save 300 calories. That equates to a 30-pound fat loss in 1 year. 30 pounds from switching over to peanut butter to peanut butter. Start with one change. One. I gave you 10 things you can do. Choose one, the easiest one that you can do right now, today, right after this video ends. Which of these can you start doing? Which can you start implementing? And from there, next week, 2 weeks, add another. If it's easy enough to make one change, what's another? And after you get used to that, maybe one more. Before you know it, you'll be losing weight. You won't even feel the effort. It'll be easy. You'll lose the weight and keep it off because you're making sustainable changes that you can stick to and do so for the rest of your life. Rather than saying, I'm going to go to the gym twice a day. I'm going to do 2 hours of cardio every day. I'm going to lose the weight 100 pounds in 3 months. No. Halfway to your dream physique. Halfway. Halfway is better than nothing. It's small, compounded changes that are almost insignificant, compounded over years that are leading to obesity. Stop the madness, stop the insanity, and let's dial it back. Changes that you can make, that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IP Pro. Please watch the bloops. Harder Than Last Time supplements, you can get those. The Circle Diet Book, the cookbooks, all these things can help you so much if you just try it, read it. You will not believe how easy this can be if you actually try. Subscribe, click the bell button, watch more of my videos, learn from me, learn from my videos. Hopefully you can make the changes you need to make an impact on your life. And until next time, I am out.